Hello everybody, welcome back. Another day of being on the road. Today we're in Seguin, Texas, picking up a load of rebar. We got about 50,000 pounds worth of rebar. Number 7, 30 foot long. So we're getting ready to start securing it. We're going to do a few things today. So DOT requires that we have 2 straps in the first 10, and then 1 every 10 after that for every length of product, every 5 foot or 10 foot of product. But Texas, where we're at, requires 2 in the first 5, and then 1 every 5 foot of product length after that. And also, since that's the most stringent securement in the country, that's Paul's policy, so we're going to go with 5 foot. Since we have rebar, we're also going to be doing his bulkhead, which he's already got a couple pieces up there for that. And we'll show you how, we'll show that as well. But right now we're going to go ahead and get into securing this. It's already 95 degrees in the sun, so it's pretty warm. So we're going to start this and check back in with you in a little bit. So right now, Kyle is kind of setting everything up. So if you see, he's just going through, checking everything, checking winches, checking where he's at, and then kind of planning on where the straps and stuff are going to be. So company policy as well is we run straps going from each side. So if we have one coming from this side going over, then we have to have another one from the other side coming over back this way, and we stagger them that way. So that way you don't pull your load all in one direction. So that's what he's doing now, is just kind of looking for things and planning things out. So while he's doing that, I'm just going to go start getting straps out and getting them set up or set out, so that way we can be ready to go and try to get this thing secured. As you can see, we started strapping now. We got 2 in the first 5, and then we'll go 1 every 5 after that, all the way back to back, then we'll put another 2 back there in the last 5. So 2 in the first 5, 1 every 5, and then 2 in the last 5 as well. We're also going to do some belly straps or gut straps, so we can make sure everything's getting held down, held secure, because we don't want it moving left or right, forward or back, or up. So we're going to stop all 5 movements. So we're going to continue to do that. And while we're doing that, I'm going to put you on a time lapse and let you watch everything through time lapse. One thing I wanted to show y'all was whenever we're putting our straps through the winches and everything, a lot of people have their straps rolled completely up on the winch, which is not the best way to do things because they can loosen off. So what we do is you run our strap through the rub rail, bring it all the way down where it comes across, then you grab it, you pull it through till you get to the end, then you tuck it back through the winch, and then over the top of that winch and out, and then you fold it. If you got too much, you got to go again. You can always just kind of unroll it just a little bit, get you what you need. Then you tuck it back up underneath the rope rail and the other strap. Then I grab the top of it, pull it just a little bit, and then pull the strap over the top of that. Pull, make sure the strap doesn't get back down the winch when we tighten it, and then give it 1 click. And now when we tighten it down, it's going to hold that strap in place That way it's not flopping around in the wind, and you're gonna have your most tensioning right here because it's not gonna be able to compress and stretch and all this other stuff. So you're not gonna loosen up on you as much as you would if you just rolled it up on a deal. So that's how we actually secure the straps to the winch. And then we'll get the winch bar and tighten that up, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that little time lapse for a minute. We've got our straps thrown right now. We're getting ready to tighten them up, but before we do that, we've got to protect the straps from the metal, because the metal will just eat up the straps and tear them up. Typically we use plastic edge protection or some metal edge protectors, but we have round rebar. So today we're using friction pads, which are basically like rubber with string, almost like a tire, inside of a tire. So that's what we're going to use today. They'll protect the straps from the metal and won't let them be eaten up. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. We're going to throw some edge protection on and then tighten everything down. We'll see you in a few. A quick little safety tip. You know, we're down here in Texas, it's hot. All right, doing all this securement stuff like that, it's not a race. Take your time, make sure you got plenty of water in the truck, stay hydrated. You know, it ain't worth getting out here and getting, you know, heat exhaustion or heat stroke or dehydrating or anything like that. So, you know you're gonna be out in the elements working, it's gonna get hot. Keep a case of water or two in the truck so that we've always got something to drink. You know, keep you a bottle of Gatorade or sugar-free Gatorade or something like that. So that way you can replenish your electrolytes. That way you're not cramping up and stuff later, because you know, it's almost 100 degrees down here in Texas right now, and I'm a big guy. I sweat, and it's hot. So make sure you have plenty of water. I've got plenty of water. I've got some Gatorade, so we're good. But you know, just make sure that's what you're doing if you're out here doing this stuff. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. Enough on the safety for that topic anyway. We'll be back with you in a minute. So now everything is secure. All of our straps are tightened down. We got edge protection. They're all tight. So now what we're going to do is work on a bulkhead. A bulkhead is a system to help keep forward movement from starting. So as you can see, we've got some dunnage here. We'll pull some more dunnage from underneath and get a stack of 4. And then we'll build a bulkhead. So Kyle, my trusty assistant over there, he's going to get up here and do all this stuff, and I'll record it while it's being done, and then explain it while we go along. So I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, welcome back. So we've got 4 pieces of dunnage here, so now we're going to stack them up and get ready for this bulkhead. As you can see, it's real wobbly. That ain't gonna stop nothing right now. So, you get a chain. I didn't like it. It was too wide for me. So we're gonna come back here, make it a little smaller. All right, go ahead. All right, so now we've got a teardrop started over here. We'll go to the other side and do the same thing. We've got a teardrop on both sides going around the dunnage. We're going to use a snap binder or boomer, whatever you want to call it, put on top. Whenever we're doing this, we make sure that our hooks are facing up. So when it hooks, you want the chain sitting down in it and the hook facing up. If you put it down, it can pull out. So hooks face up. So what he's doing now, he's putting the binder in, get everything hooked. Then he'll pull it and see if it's too tight. He might be able to get it if he's got enough weight and muscle. So we'll see what happens. If not, he can get him reduce it down one length and make it a little lighter. So use the winch bar. Looks like he's gonna have to reduce it by one length. Right there, go one length up toward the left hand. There you go. Not that. Try that. So what he did, he moved the chain down one length, give him a little bit more. It's not going to be as tight, but it'll still be nice and tight. Move that. See where that hook's over on the side? Move that to the top. There you go. Now it's two loose, huh? All right, take that one link back. That's right. Now what he's going to do on this teardrop, when you move the teardrop, it gives you a half a length. So you can move it one length, but it's considered a half length. When you're doing it on the binder, that's a full length. So what he done was he gave himself a half length, and then the binder popped off on the chain, so it gave himself another full length, so you end up taking a length and a half, which it happens a lot. So now he's got it where he needs to be. He can get the winch bar and pop it down and tighten it. Bang it down, make sure it's in line. All right, so now that he's got this put on, now if you'll notice, it ain't going nowhere. That's a bulkhead. That's going to keep that load if for some reason somebody pulls out in front of you, or you've got to do a hard brake, do some kind of evasive maneuver that's going to cause your load to shift forward. You've got a bulkhead now that can stop that movement before it happens. and you put the bulkhead right up against your product so that way it doesn't move. So now our load is properly secured the correct way. So I will take you around and let you see how everything looks, and then we'll be getting on the road. So welcome back. Now we've got our bulkhead, we've got all of our straps, 2 in the first 5 with edge protection. Okay, we got them all secured here correctly. They're tight, you can't squeeze them, you know, so we know that they're all good and tight. We walk around, make sure everything's done, make sure everything's tight. While you're walking around, you're checking all your tires, checking everything. You do it on both sides. Over here, that looks good, good, good. Sorry, trucks are going by, so it's a little loud. So, everything is all secured the way it's supposed to. So now we just go through, make sure that everything's put away. Where we was at earlier today was muddy over at Tesla. So we make sure everything's put away, make sure everything's good to go. We double checked everything and it's all good. So now we're gonna get ready to get on the road. We got a couple of things to do on the Qualcomm. You got a door, you got to secure. This is why you walk around and check everything. You got to make sure everything's secure. Door's secure. I'll get my tripod and go into the air-conditioned truck where it's a little cooler, finish it up and get on the road. So we'll talk to you in a minute. Good old air conditioning. Gotta love that. So now we're gonna do all of our stuff here, get ready to go. So as you can see, that's the Qualcomm. Showed you last time. So we've got to go on duty. I never went off duty. So we're on duty, workflow, if it ever decides to catch up. All right, so we're in Seguin, Texas. So we're gonna go task. We already arrived. We're gonna do the load at shipper, select our weight. We're gonna make sure the weight's in there. Then we're gonna put our pieces in. We need the bills for that. Pieces was 770. So then we go to the next one. Come in, there's no pallets, no overages, shortages, or damages. Trailer came in with is that one. We're going out with the same one, so it's a drop trailer, no. And then 4, 3. And so that's all done. You can see they're all check marked, all done. And so now we go back. See, we got 6 hours left to drive, so we're gonna go get ready to drive. So, thanks for joining me today. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, like it, subscribe, you know, even leave a comment. If you don't like it, you wanna see something change, you want me to see me do something different, you know, just leave a comment. But like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.